morning. It's time to convene the December 20th meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the November 15th, 2012 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. Motion is second. Please record your vote. And it is approved. Next on the agenda is the director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. I do have a couple of comments this morning. First, I'd like to thank the trustees and also all the other persons who provided public and private support as we are joined with U.S. Airways, who has proposed an initiative to the U.S. Department of Transportation to apply for a couple of perimeter slots within the 1,250-mile perimeter to Reagan National Washington, D.C. Airport. We're very excited about this possibility, and we're working with U.S. Airways. Our application has been filed with the DOT, and we think we stand a very good chance of getting that service. We've applied for this service before. This is a little different in that U.S. Airways is also proposing 2 daily flights to Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's also an enhancement to our air service. And, of course, this would provide a new carrier into Will Rogers, which would give our customers more choices, and certainly more choices when flying into the Washington, D.C. area. The equipment that U.S. Airways is wanting to use is the Embraer 190. It's a 99-seat mainline jet. In other words, it's not a regional jet, and it'll have 2 classes of service. It looks similar to a miniature Boeing 737. It will have headroom, plenty of headroom, not like a regional jet. And it will have also internet Wi-Fi capability and overhead bin storage. So the equipment they're planning to use is going to be very good for our community. The other thing I would like to mention is the upcoming weather that's forecasted next week for Christmas here in Oklahoma City. And although the forecast has dropped the percentage down a little bit lower than what we had anticipated earlier this week, I still want to remind the public that even though Oklahoma City may or may not get weather, if you are traveling to or from or have family and friends traveling to and from Oklahoma City, you need to make sure that you check the weather all over the country because there's ripple effects, and we want you to certainly contact your airline for the latest information. Those are my comments this morning.
Thank you, Mark. Moving on our agenda, item 4, Will Rogers Road Airport.
Thank you. Item A is to approve a certificate of substantial completion for our project to install some parking lot number 2 lighting improvements and install a generator and air curtains in the terminal building, accepting the project. Item B is to approve amendment number 1 to the construction contract for Taxiway H reconstruction and realignment, adding $101,071.32, approving the certificate of substantial completion and accepting the project. Item C is approve amendment number 1 to the contract for professional services with Frankfurt Short Bruza Associates. This is in association with our checked baggage inspection system project, adding $25,000. Item D is to approve addendas 1 and 2 for the 2012 medium voltage electrical upgrades project at Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center, accept the staff recommendation on the bids, adopting the resolution to award after 30 days to Libra Electric in the amount of $207,000, approving the contract and bonds. Item E is approving the certificate of substantial completion for the underground pedestrian tunnel lighting replacement project at Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center and accepting that project as well. Item F is approve the plans and project manual submitted by Frankfurt Short Bruza for the Flight Standards Building roof replacement and building repairs project at Mike Maroney Aeronautical Center, advertising bids to be opened on January 15, 2013. Item G, adopt a resolution declaring some property surplus, approving the release of lien, and authorizing staff to pursue disposal of the equipment. Item H is adopt the resolution authorizing the director to apply for a grant on behalf of the Airport Trust from the Kirkpatrick Foundation. This is to assist us in a public art master plan development. Item I is to approve the request for proposals for underwriting services to support the Oklahoma City Airport Trust taxable general airport revenue bonds. This is associated with our proposed consolidated rental car facility, and authorize advertisement for proposals to be received on January 22nd, 2013. That's all items for Will Rogers.
Thank you, Mark. You've heard the trustees have heard the items under Will Rogers. What is its pleasure? The motion is second. Please record your votes. And it's so ordered. Wiley Post Airport, item 5.
The only item for general aviation is to accept the completed project for the fuel tank removal and installation project at Clarence E. Page Airport.
Move approval. Please record your votes. And they approve. General items.
Item A is to receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, the construction project status report, and the budget to actual report as of November 30th, 2012. Item B is to receive the Department of Airports Comprehensive Annual Financial Report for the fiscal year ended June 30, 2012. C is to approve Amendment Number 1 to the Facility Maintenance Engineering Agreement with C.H. Guernsey and Company, renewing the terms of the agreement for 1 year commencing January 1st. Item D is to approve Amendment Number 13 to the Facilities Maintenance Engineering Agreement with Frankfurt Short Bruza Associates, extending the terms of the contract for 6 months. This covers all 3 of the city's airports. Item E is to approve Addendas 1 and 2 to the request for bids for cleaning and janitorial services at Will Rogers and Wiley Post Airport, receiving the recommendation of the bids received on December 4th and awarding the contract to ISS Facility Services Incorporated for $952,987.61 annually for the base bid. We're also accepting alternates 1 through 5. This is subject to receipt of the performance bond. Item F is recommendation to the City of Oklahoma City to introduce and adopt an ordinance extending its corporate limits on the south 33 feet of Northwest 63rd Street west of Rockwell in Oklahoma County. Item G is to approve some environmental consultation, remediation, and oversight services in the amount of $66,376.50 for Will Rogers and Wiley Post Airport. Those are my items for general.
Trustees have heard the items for general. What is your pleasure? Yes, sir.
United Airlines, we've got one plane that's over 120 days out, and now we're moving a very large one over 31 to 60. What's going on with United?
What's historically been a problem, and Kim, you could tell me if this is wrong, but we've had some issues with Continental and United as they've tried to merge their airline. Their payment systems haven't merged very well. And we've been talking to them on a regular basis to try to get them to clean that up. They have cleaned up their account, but they are historically delinquent, and I'm hoping that that will be, figured out soon. But am I correct on that? You guys were talking to them about this. So the payment systems have not merged. When the airline merged, their payment systems were different, and they're trying to work that out. And we're just having to be patient with them.
And the one on FAA, is that getting ready to go over the fiscal cliff or what?
No, that's not associated with the fiscal cliff. It's my fiscal cliff, but we have had some problems with the FAA, and this is paid out of the Southwest region in Fort Worth, and we're working that one too. They have also been delinquent and paid, and now they're delinquent again.
Second. Motion is second. Please record your votes. And it's so ordered. Lease agreements.
Item A is to approve the assignment and assumption agreement assigning the lease for a lease lot at for a hangar site for the storage of privately owned aircraft from Richard and Christine Sullivan to Dennis or Mary Fox effective January 8, 2013 at Clarence E. Page Airport. Item B is to accept the assumption agreement and use guarantee for the sale of a T-hangar unit number 1908 from Quail Creek Aviation, LLC to the Dahlgren Family, LLC. Item C is approving the assignment and commercial hangar sublease agreement regarding Hangar 16 at Wiley Post Airport. This is an assignment from Turbine Aircraft Services, LLC to Hangar 16, LLC. And D is to approve the First Amendment to the above action, where we are providing increasing storage for that hangar. It's a change in purpose of the lease. This is, again, at Wiley Post Airport. Item E is to approve the assignment and hangar office lease agreement regarding Hangar 21 at Wiley Post Airport. This is an assignment from Anthony and Clinton Plant to Turbine Aircraft Services, LLC, also effective January 1, 2013. And then F, related to that same hangar, we're changing the purpose to include aircraft inspection, maintenance, restoration, and repair services, which is, again, a new purpose under the lease. Item G is approving the airport use agreement with AtLink Services, LLC, to install and operate radio and communications equipment. They provide high-speed internet service to several of our airport customers and also customers off the airport property for 1 year, commencing December 1st, retroactive to December 1st. Item H is approve the ground services agreement with Accord Interest, LLC, for courtesy vehicle operations. They'll be having 2 vehicles at Will Rogers World Airport. Item I, also at Will Rogers, approving the ground services agreement with Checker Cab Company for a new taxi cab service, adding 5 vehicles. Item J is to approve the lease agreement with the Hertz Corporation. This is for their service facility that's on the airport at Will Rogers to maintain, service, and store rental vehicles. This is commencing January 1, 2013, a 1-year agreement. Those are all the items under leases.
Trustees have heard the items under leases. What is your pleasure? The motion is second. Please record your votes. And it is so ordered. Roman numeral 8. Would you like to introduce that, Mark, right quick?
Sure. Request the requisitions approved by Mason people.
Move approval. Second.
Motion is second, and it is approved. Item 9, I need a motion to enter into executive session at the end of the agenda.
Second.
Please record your votes. And item 10 is also to enter into executive session to discuss the Gulfstream situation.
So moved.
Motion is second. It's so ordered. We're now to the point, comments from trustees. Comments from staff? Comments from any citizens? Seeing none, we will enter executive session.